hey Ghostbusters, there's something strange going on at Walmarts all across the United States, and that's that they seem to be prematurely releasing the new Imagine by Ruby's company Ghost Trap. So I was able to pick up a couple of these, one for me, one for a relative of mine who couldn't make it to Walmart, and I had a couple requests to do an unboxing video. Well, I kind of skipped that part because I already opened up. I was too excited. But I did think maybe I've never taken one of these apart, and I own a Spirit Trap version. I just haven't got around to modifying it yet. So I thought, well, maybe we could take it apart together and see what it looks like inside. So that's what we're gonna do. But just as an overview, here's the box. It does appear to be identical in every way to the Spirit Halloween Ghost Trap, except this one has a functioning foot pedal with trapdoors, which is really exciting because I'm not sure anybody has put on the market yet a kit for the Spirit Trap to be able to have that type of functionality. So here's how you get it straight from the manufacturer. Everybody's commenting about how the foot pedal doesn't work. This is all the foot pedal does. Right there. If I turn it on, the lights do function. Foot pedal still doesn't do anything. The first thing I think I'm going to check out is the batteries. So let's open up the battery compartment. Here, let's show the trap here. Again, it's identical in pretty much every way as the Spirit Halloween Trap. So yeah, let's take the batteries apart. And we have the same batteries that come stock in all of the Spirit Halloween stuff, and we know what kind of value these are. So let's go ahead and measure these. And I suspect they have been probably sitting on a shelf for a long time, and that's probably why 1.08 volts a piece. They should be reading 1.5 volts a piece. So these are garbage. I've got some brand new ones here. Brand new Duracells. Let's pop these in. Battery cover back on. And let's test it out. So this is with the trap off. There you go. And let's turn the trap on. So it looks like the off and on switch control the exterior lights, and we have the blinking lights just like on the Spirit Trap. Looks like the same audio sequence as well. You know, let's go ahead and through and play it all the way. See what happens. Awesome. Very cool. This is really exciting, and there's so much opportunity to mod these. And I can't wait to get started on modding it. But first, let's take it apart, shall we? Okay, well, first of all, I want to apologize for the condition of my workbench. It's pretty messy right now. So I'm sorry if that distracts you. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm in the middle of several different projects at the moment. But having said that, we're here to talk about the new Walmart Ghost Trap. So I've never taken one of these apart before. So this might be a learning experience, not just for me, but you as well. I see screws on the side here. Looks like some of these components are modular and they come out. Something I didn't talk about previously was the length of the foot pedal. And it appears to be, my mat is just over 3 foot here. So I've got about 35, 36 inches. Looks just about like exactly 3 foot here. So that's going to be one of the first things to go. And I can see it's a 2-conductor cable, which means that any single pole, single throw switch will work. And looking at the foot switch, I don't see any screws to take this apart, but I do see 2 little pegs here that it rides on. So I'm assuming maybe you could pry that open somehow. Not exactly sure. It's possible that it's just molded into itself as well. I see a different texture here, over here where it might have been, I don't know, glued together or something. I'm not exactly sure, but that's not going to be a huge deal. I'll probably just cut it out and won't even end up opening it because it won't be necessary. So first thing to do, let's take the batteries out. And you know what, while we're open here, going parts all over the place, let's go ahead and operate the trap so you can guys see what it looks like on the inside. I'll turn it on. And again, this functions when it's not on. It looks like the switch, all it does is turn the lights on. So, identical to the Spirit Trap. So far. There you go. Let's take it apart. And these are the replacement batteries, because the ones it comes with don't allow it to function properly. So we have 4 screws. Before we do that, let me take these little wheels off. Oh look, that one just pops right off. That was barely on there. Alright, well those will probably get replaced anyway. Yeah, that one came right off too. Cool. And right away, as we look inside, we can see some small, maybe ribbon cables possibly in there. Probably going to the gearbox, but we'll see. Want to be careful with these cheap Chinese screws. They tend to strip really easily. There's number 1. Number 2. Something to note, I guess, would be that in the Spirit Trap, the opening mechanism was within the handle itself. This one does not have that opening mechanism, so the only way to open the doors is with the pedal. I suppose that's a good thing and a bad thing. I can tell you though, the handle feels, I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination, but the handle feels sturdier on this one as opposed to the Spirit one for sure. Whoop. Hey, look at that. My screw is stuck. Okay, well look at that. Here's the inside of the trap. And it looks like the handle was just laying in there. Looks like it just fits right in. Take that off. It'd be cool to replace this with a metal handle which probably wouldn't be too hard to do. I would think you could buy some square stock, some round stock, aluminum stock, and probably trim this out and bend it so it fits. I would think that wouldn't be too hard. Like I said, I've never taken apart one of these before, not even the Spirit one, so I don't know if this is probably not identical because there's the mechanism that would feed through the shaft there, but probably pretty identical to what others have seen in the Spirit Trap. So, okay, so we can see our lights glued in here and there. It would, let's see, so we have a little ribbon cable feeding up to our 3 LEDs there. We have a little piece of plastic right there covering them, a piece of frosted plastic. Gosh, there's so much potential for these. There's so much room inside. We have our battery compartments there. Let me go ahead and desolder those. I get the soldering iron heated up. So much room in these. Like, I mean, these controls could be taken apart and real potentiometers put in place. Maybe you could use those to control the lighting somehow. Yeah, and we have, looks like a circuit board in there. I don't know if that's glued in there or not. Nope, it just pops right out. How about it? Looks like it was taped in. Something's taped. There's some tape there. But there you go. That's your audio and logic, I guess, for the gearbox there. Put that back in there for the moment. Tip off. Okay. Let's desolder these. It's always good to label what you're taking apart. I've learned that lesson many, many times. Get a little solder on there to transfer heat better. Yeah, always good to label what you're taking apart. However, all this is a battery compartment. And that is easy enough to know where everything should go. Cool. So there's half the trap. These doors, again, look identical to the Spirit version. Gosh, this thing is so easy to mod, so easy to paint. And you could probably... No, it's molded in. I was gonna say, you might be able to like slice this whole panel off on a bandsaw and replace it with an actual aluminum piece, or just cut the top of this and put an actual aluminum piece on top. That will probably be what I do anyway. I've been waiting to mod one of these. I've got all of the knobs and doodads, all of the resistors, all the fun stuff ready to go. That'll be my summer project. So there's half the trap there. And now on to the fun stuff. So, okay. So there's a whole gearbox just lifts right out. Wow. There's your motor. Man, this so easy. Motor, this looks like a, can't really get into it here. Let's see, so we have our motor, and then we have some kind of shut-off switch to tell it when to turn on and off. That's very cool. There's our power switch right there. And somebody posted about this on the Spirit Proton Pack mod page on Facebook, which is an awesome group. You should join if you're into this. Asking about these switches, and it looks, oh, this whole thing comes out. How about it? So it looks like it's just a double pole, double throw switch, and there's plenty of room here. You could put in a more screen accurate switch there. But yeah, so now's will be the challenge to put it back together, but I wanted to show you guys the insides of it. Hope this was beneficial to you. All right, so I wanted to shoot one last thing before calling this video quits, and that's kind of a comparison between the new Walmart Imagine/Ruby's trap and the original Spirit Halloween trap. So, I mean, from everything I've seen, they look nearly identical. I would say about 98% identical. Obviously the mechanics are different. So the new Walmart trap does not have the manual open that the original Spirit trap has. And for some reason I feel like this handle is a little bit heftier, where the Spirit trap always felt like I'd have to be careful with it because I could break off that handle pretty easily. The cosmetics are pretty much identical. The color yellow is a little darker, maybe a little more screen accurate, I don't know. As you can see there on the trap doors. The bottoms are identical. The rods, the little, I don't know the resistor rods, whatever you call them on the side there, are a little different color, but again they look like they come from the identical mold. Everything is pretty much identical, except the price tag. The Walmart trap is, as you probably know, half the price of the Spirit Halloween trap, with twice the functionality. And seriously, I can't wait till you guys get one of these. I can't wait to start modifying this. I've got all the parts, the knobs, all the little greeblies and everything to go with this. I've got some really cool plans with it to swap out some of these plastic panels for aluminum panels, the vector plates, all that stuff. Hopefully sometime soon I'll be able to update you guys and get that finished and then shoot a video showing you. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer as accurately as I can. And guys, you know, I know we're in the midst of a pandemic at the moment, but if you want to take the risk, go to a Walmart and get yourself a trap. They're supposed to be released next week on April 27th. That's the rumor, at least that's what the shipping boxes say. But you know what, for $20, you know, 8-year-old me would have been thrilled to have this. Yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching. We got one.